You're listening to Somewhat Frank with me, Frank Gruber. After working in the corporate world for a decade, I decided to blaze my own path by co-founding Tech Cocktail, which helped catalyze local startup communities and eventually turned into TechCo Media, a site which grew to millions of readers and was eventually acquired. Over the past decade, I've interviewed hundreds of entrepreneurs and thought leaders from some of the fastest growing and most successful companies in history, and along the way I've learned amazing lessons from my experiences. Some of those experiences and findings I shared in my book, Startup Mixology, as well as with audiences I've spoken with around the world. So we're going to talk about startups, tech, innovation, and their intersection with personal life, and anything else on Frank Gruber's mind. So let's get started being Somewhat Frank. Somewhat Frank is produced with the help of Established, my new company. So be sure to subscribe online, on iTunes, or wherever else you find your podcasts. All right, I'm here talking with my friends at Think Global. I've got Steve, not Haze.
Tonight it's Haze.
And Amy Shara, like Shara Cookie. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right, nailed it. And I can't get this one wrong. Jen can solve, as in like Jen can solve anything, from Established. So we're talking about this dilemma, and everyone has the same problem, I think. We only got 2 feet, we've only got one bag, and obviously you can only wear one pair of shoes at a time. So wanted to get your take. I'm a big fan of simplifying when it comes to shoes, but I own a ton of them. So trying to figure out what to go with. And lately I'm an Allbird person, but in Las Vegas you can't wear Allbirds because they're wool, and they just created a new one that's not wool, made out of like trees, but you can't wear that all the time because they're sold out in the color that I like. So what are you gonna do? You go with a New Balance foam. I think it's called foam, foam cruise or something like that. It's pretty much the same thing, but lighter. I'm curious what you guys are thinking when it comes to shoes and what you can pack when you're traveling, as well as like, we're actually at a festival today because life is beautiful. We're actually at a restaurant having dinner, and I just got my broccolini. So I'm gonna hand it over to Steve and Amy to talk about what their thoughts are. And Jen, just jump in when you can.
So Frank, this is a fantastic topic because I struggle with it. I travel often, a lot of 24, 48-hour stints.
Yes.
I don't like to roll a bag if I have to, if I don't have to, but I have a size 12 foot.
Wow.
I know. I just wanted to put that out there in the universe. And my problem is nothing fits. If I pack a second pair of shoes,
Right.
I'm out. Underwear, something's left behind.
Yeah.
Right?
You
So
don't
for
wanna
me,
check a bag.
I don't want to check a bag.
Who wants to check a bag?
No, I don't want to do that. I want to backpack it on if I can, right? So for me, what I like to do is I like a Nike Air Max, something comfortable with a nice cushion, walking on cloud kind of moments, right?
Who doesn't?
Exactly. Or something where it's casual but functional.
Right.
I like casual functional.
Casual functional is the way to go.
That's the way to go.
Why I think
Hashtag
Allbirds
casual functional.
Casual functional. Allbirds is winning because it's casual functional, and you can dress it up, and like I can wear it on a stage, I can wear it wherever, and I think that's why I like them. But obviously they had an issue with supply, so I couldn't get their summer shoes, and their winter shoes don't work in the summer everywhere. But they are nice. I mean,
They are beautiful.
they are beautiful.
They're beautiful shoes.
But I just recently got a pair of our friends at Ross and Snow. They've got the boots, the hiking boots, Stefanos, with the blue laces.
Yep, I wear them all the time.
So you wear those a lot.
I wear those all the time, and I can take them on trips by myself if I'm not going to work out.
But you're in Las Vegas.
Yeah, they still work here. They're beautiful here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but you can't run in them on a treadmill. That's the dilemma.
I tried. It doesn't work. They're a little heavy, like ankle weights.
Okay.
But they're beautiful shoes, and they're functional, right? They're great.
So I could do it, except for the workout problem.
My thing about travel is this, right? Is we're gonna get to Amy in a second because I want the girls' perspective.
There's a whole other women's
It's
element here.
like we're gonna open up a can of worms with that.
Well,
aren't
that's
we?
a tough one because okay, we'll talk in a second.
For you and I though,
Yes.
it's about convenience, isn't it?
It's about convenience and being able to dress it up or dress it down, and then also be able to work out in the same shoe or not have to carry another shoe to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously it's different in different times of year. If you're seasonal and there's snow and rain and whatever, you kind of need to be ready for that. But here in Las Vegas, you don't have all those issues, and certain other climates you do. So it depends on the time of year too. But I'm trying to find that 1 or 2 shoes, and that's it.
Where it gets tough is when you start traveling from Las Vegas in November to Chicago.
Yes, I love Chicago, but in the winter, not going to work. So you gotta strategize around what are you gonna do. You're gonna wear the boots, and you're gonna pack the running / foam shoes that fold up really quickly.
What are you gonna do? You got coats, sweaters. Oh my gosh, we gotta stop here. We're going down a rabbit hole. Let's hear a girl's perspective.
Yeah, you're right. Let's talk more about the women's episode angle on what this problem is and the dilemma you guys run through when it comes to shoes.
You guys, you sound like you're very upset about that. That's a lot of problems. Wow.
99 problems in a shoe.
99 problems.
Or maybe it is.
And the shoe is one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One. That's the title.
So
It might be.
I think that I think a lot less about this because I think obviously
you don't think about it at all.
you guys with your size 12 feet, I think Jen and I are both between a 7 and an 8, and so I think for women, it's easy for us to pack a pair of running shoes if we choose to go to the gym, or say a ballet flat that can literally fold into like the size of my hand. But for a functional shoe that can be, relevant and fashionable and functional throughout the whole day, you guys mentioned Ross and Snow. I also love Ross and Snow, but they, if you can find. My big thing is packing in one color. So I'm either going to be in the black, the blacks or the browns. And so I only have to pack one pair of shoes that, whether it's a Chelsea type boot or, something with a little bit of a heel to it that I can pair with jeans or a dress. It's something that takes me from breakfast to drinks at night. It's just a change of an outfit. And so I think that maybe that's where, your big dilemmas are coming from is a shoe size issue.
We're not all dressing in our power suits every day, right?
Right.
Right. That's the thing. Like we're now, industry in general, in our industry especially, we don't have to wear the suits and the pantsuits and everything else.
Right. So as a frequent flyer, I've started to create a system. So for me, I always fly in the same shoes. So if it's summer, I usually throw on like a cute little sneaker that I could wear with anything, and then pack a really neutral wedge, super comfortable, like a Clark's or something. It's open-toed, really easy to wear. And then in the winter, I flip that, so I'll travel in like a boot, and then just pack something a little lighter that I can wear. And like you said, Amy, just throw in a pair of sneakers. And something I always do, because it's super easy for me, is I take a pair of flip-flops and I slide them into the front part of my carry-on. So I always have a flip-flop, whether it's just to have in the hotel room or to go down to run down somewhere. Exactly. I find that's a like easy thing to just always do for any trip.
So there you have it. If you're out there and you're listening and you want to start a business, maybe you start a shoe company. I'd like the one shoe you could wear anywhere. At the beach, dress it up, dress it down. Just put it in your bag. You only need one. It's perfect. That's what I want. Who's gonna do it? Now ready, set, go. Well, that's a wrap. Thanks so much for listening. This is Somewhat Frank, signing off. Frank Gruber. Oh, and don't forget, subscribe online, iTunes, SoundCloud, Android, wherever you can find it. Somewhat Frank Podcast. We'll be back soon with another episode. Thanks so much.